Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello students, we want to speak about writing research papers. We have different types of writing about the papers, about writing. We have different types of writing the papers, writing proposal, writing theses, and writing some research reports different from papers or theses. But now we want to focus on writing papers and writing research papers, writing scientific papers. Then we want to speak how to write an effective research paper and what are the most steps of writing papers. Okay, at first we must know that we must get ready with data, with scientific data, and then we must have a first draft of our paper. We must know about the structure of a scientific paper, and then selecting a proper journal for submission, and then submission. And after taking the first reply from the journal or the first edition, maybe accept by some edition, we must have some revision and gallery proof. Okay, let me to speak about getting ready with data. At first you must gather all important data. As you know, the scientific or the scientific research or any kind of research start by data, by some important data, by the references or some basic papers. Then you must gather all important data and then analyze them. This analysis may be by simulations, maybe by some mathematical analysis, maybe by some formulas, maybe by differential equations, or anything like this. And you must know that not only this kind of data analysis, designing, optimization, and some other kinds of this process, this really analysis, like optimization, simulation, designing, and etc. Anything like this. After this, you will reach to some results. We will reach to some plots, graphs, schematics, and tables. Okay, now you must organize results so that they follow a logical sequence. It is too much important. The explanation of this may or may not be in the order of experiments conducted. We have some experiments, for example, some designing, some simulations, but the sequence of results must be a logical sequence, must be a logical presentation of results. Okay, and then consolidate data plots and create figures for the manuscript. But you must consider this limitation, limit the number of total figures 6 to 8 is usually a good number. Include additional data, multimedia in the supporting information. As you know, in a paper we have some limitations. In a thesis we have not any limitation. We have too much plots, graphs, tables. we can speak too much, discuss too much, result and conclude too much about our findings. But in paper we have a little domain for speaking, for writing. For example, we must have a paper at the maximum rate 8 pages. In 8 pages we must speak about our findings and our results. We must speak about literature review. Then we must have we must consider these limitations. Discuss the data with your advisor and note down important points. Okay, then after this you will have a first draft of your paper. Identify 2 or 3 important findings emerging from the experiments. You have some main important findings. You must consider them. Conclude them in your paper. Speak about them. Make them the central theme of the article. Note good and bad writing styles in the literature. Some are simple and easy to follow. Some are just too complex. Okay? Note the readership of the journal that you are considering to publish your work. It is too much important. Maybe you select such a journal that the domain of publication is not doesn't match by your work. You must have a good selection and you must consider the readership. Prepare figures, schemes and tables in a professional manner. Pay attention to quantification of data accuracy, significant digits, error bars, and etc. If your schemes, tables were in a good or a professional manner, the reviewers consider this as a good point for your work and for your paper writing. And by these considerations, by this notice, you will reach to a first draft of your paper. But after this step we want to speak about the structure of a paper. For example, we want to speak about, as you will see, about these structures: title, abstract, keywords, and etc. We want to speak about the title, abstract, keyword. For example, introduction. Title of a paper. The purpose of the title is to capture the reader's attention. You must consider this attention. Abstract contain a brief summary of the paper. Keywords, about 5 keywords are usually expected that help the keywords show your main domain of your work. Okay, then by title is really a kind of showing a presentation, a little presentation of your work. You must capture the reader's attention. Abstract, a brief summary of your work about the starting step, your considerations, and your findings. And keywords are main keywords of your work. Okay.